Hey everybody, so today I am doing a Loc Retwist, but I am doing a very semi tedious one. My client has 30 inches in length of locks, and she's been having new growth since like November. Compared to most of the clients that I have, they usually have like a large amount of new growth. Hers actually wasn't that bad, and the texture of her hair just made everything a lot smoother. Anybody's hair can really be retwisted correctly if you have the correct shampoo and conditioning method. So with her locks, I had to literally put them into somewhat of a bucket in the sink because they were so long, and let them soak, and had to shampoo them and get all of the debris out and all the buildup. And then I went through her scalp and kind of did a scalp treatment with a vinegar root mix made by Cantu, and it was obviously wonderful to see her scalp just be cleansed, and she loved it. I also did a menthol treatment with the mango and lime collection, and it cools the scalp and helps with itching. And I suggest you get it. It's a really good pack. It's like $1 at the beauty supply, but does a lot of great things as far as cooling the scalp and opening up the pores to actually let it breathe. As you see, her length is years. It's like a tree bark. It's like you can tell her years on it. It's actually been 15 going on 16 years that she's been growing her locks, and I'm just so excited that she is letting me do this. So I'm just gonna get right into it with my Loc Retwist. As far as chemicals go, you don't want to have a lot of different chemicals because you don't want buildup. Sometimes it's just as easy as shampoo, condition, dry very well. I had to wring her out, and just spraying olive oil on her hair and just going from there. You don't want to have too much. But me personally, I did use product. What I used was the Mango and Lime Collection locking gel, and I also used the Black Castor Oil locking gel together. So I kind of made like a little bit of a concoction and put them together, and used just a small amount, like a pinky size amount, and applied it to the lock and started to twist. So yeah, that's pretty much somewhat the procedure. You can watch, learn, like, share. If you have any advice, I'm always willing for that. Oh yeah, sorry, totally forgetting. So I also use a brush, which most locticians say you don't use all the time, but I like to get that little extra lint that sometimes gets on there from the towel. They say you could just pick it off and things, but considering the amount of locks she had and the length of them, I just brushed. So yeah, and that's pretty much that. So let's just get into it. It was a fun experience. I hope you enjoy. Hace tiempo lo barato me salió caro. Ya solo tuiteo a la loca disparo. Como olvidar la bella que era en el carro. El que guió solo pensaba que te había olvidado. Yeah. Pero pusieron la canción. Yeah, yeah. Que cantamos bien borrachos. Que bailamos bien borrachos. Nos besamos bien borrachos los dos. Pensaba que te había olvidado, pero pusieron la canción. Yeah. Que cantamos bien borracho, que bailamos bien borracho, nos besamos bien borracho los dos. Ey, ey, ya hace tiempo que no venía a mi cabeza.
cuando yo te iba a ver. Las veces que tu mãe no llegó a coger. Tú brincando mojadita, sudando Chanel. Yo sé que lo nuestro es cosa de ayer. Y me pone contento que te va bien con él. Yo ni te extrañaba ni te quería ver. Pero pusieron la canción que te gustaba poner. Y me acordé de ti cuando me hiciste feliz. Se acabó, pues me fui. Ey, yo mismo me río de mí. Porque pensaba que te había olvidado. Pero pusieron la canción. Que cantamos bien borrachos, que bailamos bien borrachos, nos besamos bien borrachos los dos.
Mommy.
Y yo pensaba que tu nombre estaba muerto, pero te soñé despierto. Ey, al salir a la calle suelto, sin sentimiento, el corazón desierto. Y yo pensaba que tu nombre estaba muerto, pero te soñé despierto. Hoy salí pa' la calle suelto, sin sentimiento, el corazón desierto. Ella desaparece, pero aparece cuando le dan ganas. Han sido un par de veces, y si es por mí le doy toda la semana. Se hace la que no quiere, pero llama de madrugada. Terminaste sin rap otra vez, pidiendo que te tocara. Se hace la difícil, pero se va. Anda con la amiga, siempre arrebatada, pidiendo que le llegue, que ella me entregue, pidiendo que le llegue, aunque a veces me niegue. Prende, pasa, dime qué pasó. Quería un gatito y lo casó. De las relaciones se cansó. La última que tuvo la atrasó. Por la vez en el VIP, modelo como Javi. Invita como Khabib. Mata a esos cabrones que ella deja en rit. A veces la rola y la weed. Una estrella pues no chinga como Riley Reid. Tiene a todos los nenes locos y a las nenas locas. Todos quieren besarle la boca. Ey, mírala cómo se toca. Bailando que me provoca. Tiene a todos los nenes locos y a las nenas locas. Todos quieren besarle la boca. Ey, mírala cómo se toca. Queriendo que me provoca. Se hace la difícil, pero se va. Anda con la amiga, siempre arrebatada, pidiendo que le llegue, que ella me entregue, pidiendo que le llegue, aunque a veces me niegue. Prende, pasa, dime qué pasó. Prende, pasa, dime qué pasó. Prende, pasa, dime qué pasó. Dime qué pasó. Tiene a todos los nenes locos y a las nenas locas, 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 locas. Tiene a todos los nenes locos y a las nenas locas, 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 locas. Súbelo, nena, la paciencia. Bad Bunny, bye, 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 Bad Bunny, bye, bye, Black Beatles in the city, be back immediately to confiscate the monies. I sent flowers, but you said you didn't receive. That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me. Young bull living like an old geese. Quick release the cash, watch it fall slowly. Friday, I'm still trying to get in. For whatever reason.
So at this point, we've gotten halfway up the scalp. She had a lot of locks. So when you look at locks like this, you're like, oh, they're a little bit larger. They should be an easy twist, even though you have to go all the way down the hair sometime. She actually had over 120 locks when I finished this video because she actually wanted to count and see, like, hey, like, how many have gotten there or are there at this point, because she's gotten extra locks added on. She had some that had breakage. She had some that were tied together. So, it was a work, but she had a lot of locks. So it took me about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. It usually obviously doesn't take me that long to do a lock retwist. It's very simple. But in order to get all of the hair done and smooth and clean, I had to actually do it like this. So yeah, it was fun. I had a really good experience with it. If you guys see, there may be a little bit of product buildup. Like I said, is not a great thing to have, but it is what it is. After that, I really smoothed it out, as you see with my finger, and kind of brought it down. It kind of brought a little bit more moisture to it. And after I actually dried her, it all came together. So that always works out. But like I said, she had over 120, 130 locks. And yeah, it was a process because having to separate like that and then retwist, it adds a little bit more time than as just it's already been, separated and everything. But you also don't want to have your client do that because they might rip certain parts off and mess it up. And you want to create your own partings, especially when you're doing this much new growth. You want to create your own type of twist and sectioning for what you're looking for. So yeah, sorry, I know I'm looking a mess. My shirt looks a mess. That's my workout shirt, like after the workout throw on shirt. So excuse that. If you didn't notice it and I just pointed it out, my bad. So yeah, but she was a very nice lady, and we had a good conversation about everything of maintaining her locks, which is pretty much oiling them and keeping moisture at the ends. But like I said, she did whatever was right for her because her locks are glorious.
Her beauty's like a bunch of roses. If I ever tell you about Maxine, you would say I don't know what I know, but murder she wrote, murder she wrote, murder she wrote, murder she wrote. Jam with him, I pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. Follow me. I pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. Say girl you pretty, you face it pretty, but your character dirty. Girl you just a act too flirty, flirty. You run to Tom Dick and also hurry. And when you find your mistake, you talk about you sorry, sorry, sorry. Come now. Have a cozy kind of way she jokes and way she jam. She know about Luke like an every money man. Make love with a coolie Chinese, white man and Indian. The wickedest kind of girl them is a flyers go up. I don't know you heard about this girl, her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch of roses. And if I ever tell you about Maxine, you would say I don't know what I know, but murder she wrote, murder she wrote, murder she wrote, na na na, murder she wrote. Watch your nose stand still, you not pay me like bill. If you test a ragamuffin, girl, you go and get killed, girl, keep wait. Cause you a baby, baby, and the lyrics when me talk, if me DJ, girl, come out. Because you nah shock out, and when you hear the ragamuffin, you have to jump and shout, don't touch me gate. You not pay me what I read, the concrete is great, great, you under it. From it, you pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. From it, you pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. Say girl you pretty, you face it pretty, but your character dirty. Girl you just a act too flirty, flirty. You run to Tom Dick and also hurry. And when you find your mistake, you talk about you sorry, sorry, sorry. Now every middle of the year, this young girl have a passion. For the coolie white and Indian, mixing kill and live fun. And just the other day, me see her 6 months pregnant. Now she back was sweet again with not a baby in a prom. Do you heard about this girl? Her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch of roses. And if I ever tell you about Maxine, you would say she disappear from the titty, girl a bounce and a rock out, she look ready. When she wash her clothes, it dirty, girl you not ready. If you can't cook for me, girl you not ready. If you can't wash me, girl you not ready. If you know you're flirty, flirty, flummy. You pretty face and bad character. Then the kind of living can't hold you. You pretty face and bad character. Then the kind of living can't hold you. So stand still. You not be in the line, you not be in the line. You find them, you can't keep it. Cause you a flip that baby. In the limits and the talk. And if me beat you, girl, come out. Because you nah shock out. When you get the ragamuffin, you have to jump and shout. No touch me gate. You not be the water with the car. Great is great, great, you're under it. Come on. You heard about this girl, her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch of rose. Man, if I ever tell you about Maxine, you would say I don't know what I know. Eh, so no one take it. Na 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 na. Kill them with the now. Na 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 na. Kill them with the, kill them with the, kill them with the head side. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Head side. Kill them with the no. No boy ain't got no secret for your wow. Head side. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Head side. Kill them with the no. Tell them say Vegas say so. Me why you skin your teeth and make me see it. If you're short from your bones, say you never tweet. You wanna freak, one man you keep, and him never get complaints, say you deep. You make your bow, you no answer to yo. And a one man assembly a chow chow. Knit up your bro, make a guy know. Say him be moving blow, and sing again head side. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Head side. Kill them with the no. Make a boy know you wanna puppy show wow. Head side. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Head side. Kill them with the no. Tell them Vegas say so. Me want hear you scream if your mouth clean. No man never rub your.
Okay, guys, so we're just gonna wrap it up here. That she only had a little bit more left to do. So you pretty much see how I kind of do my process. It is a process, and of course, she didn't want it as tight like most people, but that's fine too. I still made it secure enough so that after she blow dries, we don't have to worry about all of that. But these are the results, kind of my beginning, middle, and end. As you see, the little bit of buildup that I had to eventually get rid of. I sprayed her with olive oil, and yeah, I think it looks really good. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, of course. I will be having my YouTube channel coming out soon, and book now.